Welcome to True Crime Repo. You know, it was supposed to be just a fun summer vacation with friends, but it ended with one of the most chilling videos you'll ever see on the internet, and a man who literally vanished forever.
Okay, let's just dive right into this. A security camera at an airport in Bulgaria catches 28-year-old Lars Mittank just moments before he disappeared. His last words, which he yelled inside a doctor's office, were, "I don't want to die here. I have to get out of here."
And then he just sprints out of the building. He leaves everything behind. We're talking his wallet, his passport, his phone, and then he's gone, never seen again. So it all comes down to one single crucial question. What was he running from?
Let's start right there with that terrifying final moment, because this is the exact footage that made Lars Mittank, and I'm not exaggerating here, the most famous missing person on YouTube.
So this footage is from July 8th, 2014, and it just perfectly captures how bizarre this whole thing is. First, you see him just burst out of the airport terminal, and listen, he's not jogging. He is in a full-on, flat-out sprint for his life across the entire parking lot. Then, and this part is just wild, he gets to this massive 8-foot barbed wire fence and just leaps over it like it's nothing. And then, he's gone, vanished into this huge field of sunflower.
He left his wallet, his phone, his passport. You just don't leave those things behind unless you are absolutely convinced your life is in immediate danger. To understand how he got to this point, this moment of pure terror, we have to rewind the clock just 1 week.
So picture this, just 8 days before that video, on June 30th, 2014, Lars and his 5 friends land in Golden Sands, Bulgaria. It's your classic guy's trip, right? Relaxing on the beach, playing some soccer, hitting the clubs. And by all accounts, Lars was a completely normal guy. 28 years old, worked at a power plant back in Germany. Everyone who knew him said he was calm and friendly, just a regular dude.
But then, in the last 48 hours of the trip, everything just completely falls apart. It seems to start with some silly argument over a football match with other tourists. But the next day, Lars tells his friends that after they split up that night, he was attacked and beaten up by 4 men. He goes to a doctor who confirms he has a ruptured eardrum and tells him, hey, it is not safe for you to fly. His friends offered to stay with him, of course, but Lars insisted he was fine, so they flew home without him.
So now he's all alone in a foreign country. He checks himself into a cheap hotel near the airport. And this is where his behavior starts to get deeply, deeply disturbing.
He starts making these panicked calls to his mother, Sandra, and she said he was whispering into the phone as if he was hiding from somebody. He told her there were 4 men after him, and he begged her to cancel his credit cards, saying, "They are trying to kill me or rob me."
I mean, his paranoia was just through the roof. He apparently spent the entire night just hiding in the hotel, pacing the hallways, constantly looking out the windows. The next morning, he calls his mom one last time. He's in a taxi, and he tells her that the men are getting closer and that the airport is his only chance to escape.
And that brings us right back to where we started, the airport. Before trying to get on a flight, Lars decides to see the airport doctor for one last checkup on his injured ear.
The doctor, a man named Kosta Kostov, later said that Lars was extremely nervous and erratic. He was even expressing doubts about the antibiotic he'd been prescribed, cefprozil. Now this is a super important detail, because in very rare cases, this class of drugs can cause some serious psychiatric side effects. We're talking intense paranoia and even hallucinations. It's a key theory. However, the airport doctor also said that Lars never even filled the prescription, which would make a drug-induced psychosis pretty unlikely.
So the doctor tells Lars he's okay to fly. But then, a construction worker walks into the room for some totally unrelated reason, and that's when Lars just snaps. He jumps up, screams his final words, and flees. To this day, the doctor says he has absolutely no idea what caused that panic.
So what happened to Lars after he ran past those cameras and over that fence? Well, that is the biggest question of all.
For years, people have tried to piece this all together. What could drive him to such a desperate act? And really, there are a few major theories. Was it a severe brain injury from the fight that nobody caught? Was it that super rare psychotic reaction to his medication? Or, and this is a chilling one, was he actually in real danger? And finally, could the stress of it all have just triggered a sudden mental breakdown?
Now that first theory, the brain injury one, is probably the most common. A blow to the head that's strong enough to rupture an eardrum can absolutely cause the kind of paranoia and irrational behavior Lars was showing. It's the most widely believed explanation, probably because it just fits the timeline so perfectly.
And here is a key detail from the police investigation that really changes everything. When they brought in tracking dogs, the dogs didn't just find a trail into some deep forest like a lot of people think. No, they followed his scent right through the sunflower field, and the trail went completely cold right at the edge of a major highway.
This suggests he probably got into a vehicle, either by choice or by force. And that number you're seeing? That's the number of credible, confirmed sightings of Lars Mittank since July 8, 2014. 0. Despite his face being all over the internet for years, he has never, ever been found.
And that raises a really critical question. If you just had a medical emergency or some kind of accident near that busy highway, why hasn't anything, not a body, not a piece of clothing, not a single trace, why has nothing ever been discovered?
His poor mother, Sandra, has never given up hope. She believes he might still be out there somewhere, maybe with memory loss from his injury, unable to find his way home. And to this day, the case remains open. He is still officially a missing person.
This whole story is just a heartbreaking puzzle. Was it a medical crisis that made him see threats that just weren't there? A brain injury that twisted his reality? Or was he the only one who actually understood the real danger he was in? It really makes you wonder, in our modern world full of cameras and technology, could a person truly just vanish without a trace?
That chilling video of Lars Mittank running for his life is the last clue we have. And the reason why he was running? Well, that remains one of the internet's most profound mysteries. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe to True Crime Repo for more deep dives into unforgettable cases like this one.